Howdy, howdy, it's Mr. Potter. So I've let the game run overnight. It's popped this message up a couple of times. I've been working as a security detail trying to pump my stats up, and my stats are going up pretty fast. You notice this defense stat, even though I'm at level 2000 for defense, it's still inching up there. So doing pretty good. Getting some reputation for this faction. I'm going to go ahead and stop the work here. Take my faction. I could get some augmentations here before I do anything special. I have no idea if the augmentations that I buy now will last, but let's go ahead and try it. So I'm going to go ahead and buy some bionic arms, and I'm going to buy a power recirculation core, and I'm going to buy a hemo recirculator. Yeah, and this keeps popping up because it's clearly expecting me to do something at this point in the game, and I'm just not ready to do it because I wanted to do it on camera with you guys. So, if you remember last time, we went to the World Daemon, and in order to actually do hack, let's do an analyze on this. In order to hack this system, we had to have a hacking skill of 3,000. Last night, we were at like 2,600. Today, we're at 3,374. So we're good enough to do that. I've already installed the back door. I've already given myself root access, so I'm going to go ahead and hack. Simple invalid, segmentation fault, dumping core, failsafe initiated, restarting bitnode 1, failed to automatically reboot. The humanoid extraterrestrial speed, which call the Enders, descended on Earth violently. Instead of killing every last one of us, the human race was enslaved. Simulations designed to trap and suppress our consciousness. Technology the Enders used to enslave the human race weren't just a single solution. Welcome to the Bitverse. Enter a new bit node using the image above. Interesting. So I've got this image above here. I see Source Genesis, the original bit node. I see Hacktocracy, Digital Carbon, Post-Human, Rise of the Underworld, Corporatocracy, The Singularity, Blade Runners, Ghost of Wall Street. So I'm guessing the original bit node is the one that I was just on. So it makes sense for us to kind of move to number 2. So let's go ahead and move to number 2. All right, BitNose 2, Rise of the Underworld, source file level 0 out of 3, difficulty easy, from the shadows they rose. Organized crime groups quickly fill the void of power left behind from the collapse of Western government. As society and civilization break down, people quickly succumb to the innate human impulse of evil and savagery. The organized crime factions quickly rose to the top of the modern world. So my hacking level is reduced by 20%. The growth rate and maximum amount of money available is significantly decreased. The amount of money gained from crimes and infiltration is tripled. Certain factions give the player the ability to form and manage their own gangs. They will earn the player money and reputation in the corresponding faction. Every augmentation in the game will be available through the factions listed above. For every faction not listed above, reputation gains are halved. You'll no longer gain passive reputation from factions. Destroying this bit node will give you source file 2, or if you've already have the source file, it will upgrade it to a maximum of 3. The source file allows you to form gangs and other bit nodes once your karma decreases to a certain value. It also increases the player crime rate success, crime money, and charisma multipliers by. All right, so let's try this. Bitnode 2.1, and I'm back at home. Interesting. So normally I would start with $1 million, but now I only have $1,000. These were kind of starting up pretty high. If I go to my augmentations, I apparently don't have them anymore. Interesting. All right, then. Let's go to my terminal, and let's see where we're at. Okay, so I still have some of my scripts. That's good. So I'm going to go ahead and run hack root v2 script. That's the one that's going to hack all of those servers. Of course, not all of them are going to because I don't have the way to open any more ports. I should be able to run hack foo remote script and run hack home script. And that should allow me to install things on other servers if I had a backdoor on them, as well as to run things. So that's going to go there. And of course, Harakiri Sushi, Hongfeng Tea, Nectar Net, and Omega Net. Those. Okay. I'm going to go into the city, and I remember it said something about crime. So I'm going to go into the slums and start committing some crime. Oh, goodness. Shoplifting has very low chance of success. Robbing stores have very low chance of success. I need to get some money. So I'm going to go and return to the world. And I remember that I could work at places like Joe's Guns or other places. And when I worked at these places, I gained some skills. So I know some of these skills are going up. My hack skill is going up. I'm slowly gaining a little bit of money. Goodness, it's just like starting over. So, all right, so it feels like it's going to be a little bit grindy, although I'm getting some money out here. I am curious. If I go to my active scripts, okay, so I've got programs running on some of these other machines. I've got programs running on my home machine. So I am earning some money. I'm just going to have to find some alternate ways to earn some money. That's where we're at. I've got my job. And I'm currently working at my job, getting a very, very, very slow reputation at my job. And if I go back to the city now and I take a look at the slums, still very, very, very poor. I'm curious. Let me stop working. I did part-time so that I could stop working and not lose half the stuff that I did. I've got some money, and it's going up bit by bit. If I go to the city and I go to a gym, I could train a particular skill set. I'm not sure which skill set would work best for the activity. So crime failed, but dexterity and agility, those two seem to be big ones. So I'm going to go back to the gym, and I'm going to work on dexterity. That's going to deplete my money real quick. And I'm going to go back to the gym. I'm going to work on agility. And of course, that's going to deplete my money real quick as well. All right, so those are both at level 9. My hack level's up to level 10. Okay, so now when I go to the slums, I notice that this has a little bit better chance. So let me try doing some crime. It failed, but I still get some skills out of it. Failed. And of course, I'm looking at about half chance of success. And that time I got some money. So I'm guessing what I'm going to have to do is just try and commit crimes. So their crime successful. I got $52,000, gained some dexterity and agility. And I'm wondering if I'm just going to have to toggle back and forth between committing crimes and going back and working on these, at least these two skills, to get better at my crime/fighting ability. So I'm going to go back to the gym. I'm going to train on dexterity for just a little bit. And again, the money just drains so fast. I wonder if there's a cheaper gym somewhere else. I really can't afford to leave the city yet, though. Goodness, it really was effective when I had the ability to kind of go and get extra money from hacking, but it just wasn't that. All right, so I've got level 25 dexterity. Is there another gem here? Is iron gem? It's a little bit cheaper. Of course, I'm wondering if you get what you pay for. It's a little bit cheaper, but you're not going to get as much of a skill from it. Yeah, it looks like my agility is only going up a little bit. I need to go up faster. Yeah, and that makes a huge difference there. I'm paying 2,400 a second, but it's going up a lot quicker. Let me get that up to 25, and then I'm going to go ahead and try and do some more crimes. And there we go. So we're at level 25. Stop. Oops, went too far. If going too far can be said to be a thing. Now if I go to the slums, now I notice, oh, shoplifting has a 100% chance of success. But shoplifting only gets me 52K. So let me try robbing a store now. This is my, oh. Yeah, I would imagine the more complicated crimes take a little bit longer. I'm going to run into problems hacking stuff because I don't have root access. But as my hack level goes up, I should be able to get that access at a lot more places. I'll try rerunning my hack, and I should be able to get a little bit farther these days. But we're just going to take this 22 seconds to finish robbing a store because time is real here. 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And crime failed. Now notice this one for robbing a store used hacking, dexterity, and agility. So I'm guessing I need to have a higher hacking ability in order to rob a store, but dexterity and agility seem to be the big things we're looking at. All right, so I'm going to go back to my terminal. I'm going to rerun my root script, which is going to root those servers again. Now that my hack level is 26, I can get a couple more, not very many more. But now, if I run, actually I'm curious, what processes do I have running? Nothing's running at home. So if I do run hack home, interesting. So it's not, okay, ls. Run hack home. So that should be running, and then if also, okay. It's going to have a problem with nectar.net, Sigma Cosmetics, food and stuff. I thought food and stuff I'd be able to do. Seriously? So if I analyze this, I have root access, can run. If I do hack, takes a while, but I can do that. All right, hack successful. All right, so what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to grind a bit. I need to get my skill set up. I'm going to need to get my hack level up. And there's no sense in doing that in a video and having y'all just watch me do it. So I may go back to work because that seems to kind of bring everything up, but it brings everything up so slowly. Or can I get into a faction? No, I have no factions. I have no augmentations. Everything is starting back over. So I'm looking at my faction screen. I've been working with this faction, the CyberSec, because they have augmentations. And when I looked at my milestones, I noticed that it says gain root access, install the backdoor, join a faction, install all the augmentations from there. So that's supposedly the next thing that I need to do. So I'm going to go ahead and install all their augmentations because it says to. So So let's go to CyberSec. Let's go to purchase augmentations. So I'm looking at what they have, and of course I want to buy cheapest for or most expensive first because these things get really expensive really quick. So I see the cranial signal processors for 70 mil. So increases my hack skill, increases my hack grow and weaken. It's going to help me get money up pretty quickly. The next expensive thing I have is this $19 million bitwire, which increases my hacking skill. And again, the thing is I'm basically starting from scratch because that's what happens. 3% faster grow hack, the neurotransmitter. And then I'm probably going to just dump more money into this neuroflux unless I want to look at the other faction that I've joined, which is the slum snakes. And one of the things I noticed about the slum snakes is that I can manage a gang. Create and manage a gang for this faction. Gangs will earn you money and faction reputation. So I do have these augmentations that I could get. I really can only afford a few of them because I haven't really worked with the gang. Actually, I haven't worked with the gang hardly enough to get any of that. My reputation is rather low. So I'm looking at this manage a gang, and when I click it, it says, would you like to create a new gang with slum snakes? Note that this will prevent you from creating a gang with any other faction until this bit node is destroyed. It also resets your reputation with this faction. My reputation's at 190, so that's one of the reasons I didn't want to go on very far without it. This is a combat gang. Members in this gang will have different tasks than hacking gangs. Compared to hacking gangs, progression with combat gangs can be more difficult as territory management is more important. However, well-managed combat gangs can progress faster than hacking ones. Other than hacking versus combat, there are no differences in the factions you can create a gang with, and each of these factions have all augmentations available. So I'm going to go ahead and create a gang. Here's my gang. I have respect, I have a wanted level, I have a wanted level penalty, and I have a territory and I have faction reputation. So probably should go ahead and recruit a new gang member. Let's call him Bob. So I've recruited Bob. He's currently unassigned, and I can assign him just to go mug people. And I'm imagining this is going to work a lot like the little systems that I would have running in the background. I can see some of this stuff is starting to go up. He's slowly gaining experience. He earns money, slightly increases respect, very slightly increases wanted level. Assign this gang member to mug random people on the streets. That's what I just did. So I'm going to go ahead and hire a couple others. So let's call him Tim. And let's call him Ray. And I'm going to go ahead and assign these people to do some of these tasks. So have him deal drugs. I'll have him strong-arm civilians. And then I myself will go into the city and I'll do some crimes as well. So I'll go ahead here. I'm noticing homicide has a 70% chance and it's relatively quick. And when I do, well, I failed, but when I do, I gain 156,000 and I gain some of these skills. So I can just commit a few homicides. And I'm hoping the fact that I'm doing this means that my gang is getting a bit of a reputation out there. So we'll see how that goes. My money is slowly going up. Some of my skills are going up slightly as well. All right, so I'm curious, if I go to factions, slum snakes, manage my gang, still don't have very much respect, still don't have wanted. 5 respect needed to recruit next member. Is there a way to beef these guys up? I noticed that Ray over here is already starting to get up some ability. So I'm wondering if I should go ahead and have them strong-arm civilians as well, just so that they get experience a little bit quicker. Hopefully that... You can also manage your gang programmatically through the net script using the gang API. I'll have to look something into that. Installed augmentations does not reset your progress with your gang. You'll automatically be a member of what... no, I do not want to do that. I wanted to minimize this. Does not reset your progress with your gang. Furthermore, after installing augmentations, you'll automatically be a member of whatever faction you create your gang with. So I'll automatically pop back with the slum snakes. Let's go to equipment. Bob has these, and I can give him some stuff. So I'll go ahead and give him, let's see, how much money did I have? I got to minimize that window, didn't I? So I've got $96 million. I'm going to give these guys some equipment. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a baseball bat, bulletproof vest, and a vehicle. And that should probably give him a little bit easier ways to deal some crime. They'll have a slightly better reputation. It says augmentations next at 10 billion. All right, and let's go to territory. All right, so again, I have 78 million engaged in territory warfare, territory clash chance. If I don't want to gain or lose territory, then keep this. So I need to find some way to increase my ability. So I'm going to go ahead and engage in territory warfare. So I'm currently here. I know Slum Snakes is going down here. Can I click on any of these to fight a particular gang? I don't know. Every 20 seconds, your gang has a chance to clash with other gangs. Your chance to win a clash depends on your gang's power, which is listed in the display below. Your gang's power slowly accumulates over time. The accumulation rate is determined by the gang's stats. Gang members do not task. Your gang loses a small amount of power whenever you lose a clash. So I'm assuming that's why I've lost some power. If I go to management, can I recruit another gang member? No, I need to have a respect level of 5. Interesting. Okay, but these guys are slowly building up. So that's interesting. I've given them some equipment. I imagine I could probably upgrade these a bit. I mean, what am I going to do with my money? Certainly not do anything for me. I can get him a katana, some body armor, and a vehicle. So I can't really help them anymore because I only have 1 million left. But their scores should be going up pretty quickly. All right. And for my territory, not seeing anything happen here with my territory. The Black Hand seems to be doing the best so far. But everyone's right at about 14%. So to increase your chances of winning territory, assign gang members to territory warfare. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's assign gang members to territory warfare. This should help me gain some credibility, help my team's reputation, and hopefully I'll see my number pop up a bit. That would be nice. I do notice that my chance to win any clashes with these gangs is not very high. So we'll see how this goes. Let my gang clash a bit for a while. They're doing their job. I'm going to make sure everything is working the way I expect it to. So let's see, what scripts do I have? I have hack, grow, and weaken scripts running locally on my system. If I go to active scripts, I'll see that I'm currently trying to hack a whole bunch of other systems around the world. I did buy 3 servers, and I'm using those to run hack scripts as well. So let's go ahead and see if I can root anything. Oh, okay. So what's the ID for that? So kill 892. 892. We will rerun that script just to go ahead and hack the rest of these again, or at least as many of them as I can, because that's going to give me a little bit more money, a little bit more reputation. I can go ahead and see how my gang is doing. And it looks like I'm just losing power. So I think what I want to do is I want to drop that down and probably move a couple of these guys. Okay, slightly increases respect, increases wanted. So let me see, what can I do here? I want something that's going to drastically increase respect. Yeah, let's not do terrorism. I want something that's going to increase my respect without, putting a big target on my back. And I want something that doesn't necessarily scale with. So I can have him just train a particular skill. That would be something else that I could do. It looks though like when they're doing their normal jobs, everyone just kind of gets their skill up there. So I'm going to go ahead and let him mud people. He's going to strong arm civilians, and he's going to just work on territorial warfare. It says 5 respect necessary. It looks like I might have it. No, still don't have it. Where's my respect? My respect is 1.14, but I am slowly gaining respect. As for the territory, this number is starting to go down, but then again, so is my power. So I may have messed up my gang. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do my augmentations. I'm going to go ahead and save because that's what we do. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a pill. Poof. Wake up, I feel different. But my gang is still here, which is good. So now what I'll do is I'll go ahead and let me go ahead and nano my hack, because I don't need all these servers anymore. I can only really do these first generations of servers. So I'll go ahead and comment all of those out, save it, and go back and run my hack root. Take a look at my hack foo, and actually going to want to get rid of all of these servers and instead work on those servers. I end up commenting out everything except what I wanted to comment. So that's all of my single port servers. Let's go ahead and comment those out. So now if I run hack foo, should slowly start getting. So I'm getting money from my gang, and I should also start getting some hack skill. So that's going to help. All right, so how's my gang doing? He's earning money. He's not earning any money. So I probably should go ahead and get him to deal some drugs. Maybe he'll make a little bit of money. I wanted level penalty. Penalty for respect due to my wanted level. And goodness, that territory is dropping quite rapidly. So he's going to go down to mugging people as well. All right. My hack level is slowly going up because of the hacking I'm doing, and we will get that going. Can I purchase a hack node for $840? I might as well get a little money from that. Go ahead and purchase a second one and a third one. Just a little bit more money working in the background. All right, so now if I go to my milestones, I need to gain root access on CSAC, which is going to take a while because I'm going to need to get my hack level back up. But as you can see, my hack level is starting to rise up quite a bit. And it's just a matter of time before everything else does. So I'm going to go to the city and I'm going to work out. All right, so once again, it's Mr. Potter. Y'all have a wonderful day.